Shane Scar, CEO of Strength, one of my good buddies, someone I'm lucky God placed my path in yours. And in the last 5 years, you've bootstrapped a fitness company from $0, from ground zero, to actually $100,000 in debt, to now aiming for $1 million in revenue this upcoming year. What are the 3 lessons or takeaways that you've taken from these last 5 years you can share with the audience?
Oh, man. 3 things, man. Come on now. Put me on the spot. Okay. So number 1 is, so I got my first tattoo in 2022, right? Started the brand in 2019. The first few years, and I have a principle in my head, right? Just one of my beliefs is you only need 2 things to achieve anything in life. You need discipline and presence. So my whole right arm is going to be discipline-related things like the lion. Wow. And then presence is going to be like God and patience, because I became a lot more religious in the past year or so because I started going to church consistently and grew a lot closer to God. So that's one thing, is you can achieve anything with patience and discipline.
Wow. That's powerful.
Because, dude, like, everybody has big goals and they want to achieve big things. Like, trust me, I want strength to grow. I want it to keep growing. And it is. But I thought it would be way bigger than it is currently. But I just got to stay the course because now things are happening exponentially. You know?
Yeah, talk about that too. So that's the first takeaway. That's actually so cool. That's something I didn't even know as one of my good friends is, so discipline and presence / like your faith on one arm. So that's one takeaway that you've had. But what's another takeaway you would say, maybe a struggle or something that you can advise the audience to keep pushing through?
Yeah. Relating to the 3 things, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next thing I'd say is building a team is crucial. Like, you have to build a team, and it's so much more fun. I used to think, I need to be the main face of the brand, which I still am, like, as a CEO and such. But the most important thing that I've realized is when you get the right people involved, it's so much more fun. And it's hard because it's a delicate balance of, I want to enjoy the people I work with, but at the same time, I need to be productive with them. So I've cycled through a few people that are, like, still good friends with. Like, I started the company with my cousin, you know.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I still love him. I've known him since I was 10 days old. And we had a little bit of a rough patch after buying him out back in 2020. And so the last few years, it's been kind of on the rocks. Like, it's kind of just the elephant in the room. But thankfully, as of like the last 6 months, shout out to Tolston if you're watching this, like, we've grown a lot closer now. It feels great. So that's kind of that segues to the third thing, is time heals all.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Don Tolliver says. But for real, though, like, time heals all. And I've had to, like, it's weird. You just got to appreciate everybody that's in your life when they are, because some people are, you told me this, man. You told me, you say the 3 things.
Oh, restate the 3 things that you've gone over?
No. So the seasons thing.
Oh, so everyone comes into your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime, or a reason, a season, or a lifetime. So, not everyone's going to stick out for your lifetime, but that's because God hasn't planned that for you. So I believe that everyone that God puts in your life comes into your life for a reason, or a season, or a lifetime. And so it's super cool because you can kind of look at experiences, and a reason might be someone comes in your life for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and helps you get through something or teaches you a lesson, or maybe they even hurt you. But when them hurting you actually teaches you a very valuable lesson. And then a season, seasons are great. Seasons are awesome because those people are going to actually make a pretty lasting impact in your life. And it might be an impact where they hurt you really bad, which festers a pretty big growth, or maybe they've really cultivate you and help you grow. But that season ends, and maybe you guys go down different paths, and you realize, this is a person that's no longer directing me towards where I want to go, and then you have to leave that person. And then a lifetime, man, those are the people you have to hold on to, obviously super close. Those are where you want to spend all of your energy and your time, and those are the relationships that are going to carry you through the toughest times in your life. Those are the people that are going to be at your funeral. Those are the people that are going to be at your wedding. Those are the people that you don't want to let go of. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Dude,
those are the 3.
Absolutely. That ties back into the second part, going back to, like, building a team too. Dude, I mean, it all ties together. Bringing on a valuable, like, if for business owners out there, you bring on a freaking workhorse, somebody that's fully aligned with the mission, that understands what's going on. I think you're having him as a guest soon. Dude, shout out to Jimmy. My guy, Jimmy, I brought him on. He kills it with us, and it just showed me. I brought in my first full-time employee, which is him, and it's my best friend since kindergarten. Somebody I've known forever.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing about that is when we were in high school, I worked at Subway, right?
Yeah.
And so I tried to get him to work with me at Subway. And our boss, he's a great guy, but he was like, I don't know if I can trust you guys working together. And look at us now. We're killing it.
That's pretty funny, man. And yeah, so Jimmy, episode 4, tune into that, coming out the week after this, a week from today. But yeah, Jimmy's awesome. And I think that's something I want to dive into, because you've had your cousin in your company. Now you've had Jimmy in your company. And walking both those barriers are very fine lines. So it's very hard to navigate, because obviously you and Jimmy have been friends since kindergarten, right? It's kindergarten. And so it's like your friendship is more important than like your business relationship, because that was the thing that precedented that. But sometimes it's hard to figure it out when it's like, I think you guys have a very good relationship, especially now, but even tying it back to the cousin, it's like business with family is very difficult as well.
Yeah.
So the 3 takeaways, obviously time heals all, discipline, presence, and your faith on both arms, which I didn't even know, which is super cool. And then the last thing was
build the team.
Build the team. So building the team, let's start there. So when you want to build a team, I think it comes down to the leader, the person in charge. And you're only 24 years old. You started this journey at 18 or 19? 18 years old. So how does someone who's 18 years old build a team from ground up and actually display leadership in a way that other people who may be older want to follow that leader? And how do you, because not just follow, but you've created other leaders from this.
That's a great question. All right. So I tell everybody, so we have an ambassador program, right? It's the core of what we do, because we have people that represent us that we also coach in fitness, personal branding, and business. So for the viewers out there, definitely if you're interested, we could maybe include a link where they could apply and check that out. But I always hop on calls with every rep that joins, every client / team member we have. And I always tell them, because a lot of them are around 18, 19 years old. I tell them initially, I'm like, hey, you're a freshman in college. Just want you to know you can achieve literally so much at your age. I was your age and I started the brand. And the thing that you lack when you're younger, especially, is the experience, and you think you know everything. And I'm right now at 24 years old thinking that I know a lot more than I did before, which is true. But I'll look back at this podcast in 5 years and I'll be like, bro, I still didn't know what the heck I was doing. So just starting early is definitely amazing. And you're 22, right?
I'm 22.
And you started a podcast.
Yeah.
So that's freaking awesome. It's like any age can start, right? Because we work with people all ages. I was on a call last week with someone that joined our team that's 53 and 45 and 38. So it's not about when you start. It's just about starting and then being consistent. If you're not going to go all in on something, don't do it.
Ooh.
That's the thing. It's 0 or 100 for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think there's and it comes down to having one thing, because a lot of people have so many ideas. They have so much. It causes anxiety. Alex Hormozy talks about when you have so many options, people younger and they have lots of tools and they have lots of knowledge, or maybe not lots of knowledge, but lots of capability. I could go this route, or I could go this route. When you have all those options, it causes anxiety because you're not picking a focus, and you're taking one step in 10 different directions instead of 10 steps in one direction. Yeah. So that's when I was like, okay, well, you with strength, me with the podcast. Now we're taking all of our steps in one direction. And it's super cool because that's how you make the progress.
Right.
So I think the kind of key when you're starting young is take steps in the same direction and consistency. Keep taking steps. Yep. Even if they're the smallest of steps, you're still moving that way. You're not moving backwards. And but you're going to have days where you might move a little bit backwards, but that's not bad. It's just don't do it the next day.